Hi, welcome to Nomis Academy. Today, we'll be dealing with quadratic equation, but this time, words problem on quadratic equation. Question number 1. The perimeter of a rectangle is 42 centimeter. If the diagonal is 15 centimeter, find the width of the rectangle. How do we get this done? How does this question lead to quadratic equation? There is no way you want to solve this question to not lead to quadratic equation, but let's try. Let us begin to see what we have on the board. Solution. So let us interpret what we have on the board. The perimeter of a rectangle is 42 centimeter. So let's say perimeter of the rectangle in question here is equal to 42 centimeter. 42 centimeter. And the diagonal is a line crossing from one corner of a shape to the opposite corner of the shape. I'm going to draw the diagram of this rectangle to illustrate what this diagonal is talking about. So diagonal simply means a line that is drawn from one corner of a shape to the opposite corner of a shape of the same shape. So if a line is going from the left corner, so it's going to the right corner of the what? Of the shape, then we call that line a diagonal. Now the question is asking us that we should find the width of the rectangle. So having known that the perimeter of the rectangle is 42 centimeter, I can remember, or let me tell you to recall, that perimeter of rectangle is given by the formula perimeter of rectangle equals to open bracket length plus breadth, right? So if the product of 2 into a bracket of L plus breadth is giving me 42, then I should be able to equate that 2 open bracket length plus breadth is equal to 42 centimeter. So if I divide both sides by 2, divide both sides by 2 cancel this 2. So I'm left with the length plus breadth equal to 21. Length plus breadth equal to 21 centimeter. This tells me that the sum of the length and the breadth of the rectangle is equal to 21 centimeter. Now let us draw the rectangle to see what else we can do with this length plus breadth equal to 21 centimeter to solve this question. So yes, this is the rectangle we are talking about. Can you see the diagonal? The diagonal is the line drawn from this end to the opposite end. Opposite corner. So the length of this diagonal tells that it is 15 centimeter. So we can see that the width is represented with x. That is what we are looking for. Let's say x centimeter, the width of the rectangle. Meanwhile, the length of the rectangle, since we know that the sum of the length and the breadth is 21 centimeter, that means the length would be 21 minus the width. So do you get this? L equal to 21 minus x. So if this width is x, represented a number that we are looking for represented with x should be subtracted from 21, then we are going to have the length. That means the length is L equals to 21 minus x, right? While the breadth is the x. So what do we do with this? Looking at this part, we have a triangle. What can we derive from triangle? Pythagoras theorem. What does it say? Pythagoras theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse of a right angled triangle is equal to the sum of the square of the adjacent and that of the opposite. So we can tell from that Pythagoras theorem. Okay, let me write it so that you will remember what we used. Using Pythagoras theorem. So we remember that hypotenuse squared is equal to adjacent squared plus opposite squared plus opposite squared. So looking at this right angle triangle that we have here and that we have the dimensions, so we can tell that the hypotenuse squared is 15 squared, right? 15 squared is equals to, what about the adjacent? So the adjacent is L, that is L equal to 21 minus x. So we just need the 21 minus x, right? 21 minus x, 21 minus s, remember the squared, all squared, plus the opposite is x. So x all squared. So I want to see how we are going. Now we know that 15 is to the power of 2. That is 15 multiplied by 15 should be 225. 225 equal to, this we have 21 minus x, another 21 minus x, 21, you know we have 21 minus x raised to the power of 2. So 21 minus x plus x squared, right? So we know we have 225 equal to, open this bracket, 21 multiplied by 21, that should be 441. 441. 21 minus x, that is minus 21x. Minus 21x. 21 minus x multiplied by 21, we have another 21x minus 21x. Minus times minus is plus, x times x should be x squared, right? X squared. Now plus another x squared that we have left. So we are left with 225 equals to 441 minus 21x minus 21x, then we have minus 42x minus 42x minus 42x. Now plus x squared plus x squared, that I should have 2x squared. 2x squared. So let us collect like terms and let us make it look like quadratic equation, since we have an unknown having a degree of 2, right? So I can say 5. I can bring minus 4. I can bring 441 to the other side, becomes minus 441. So I'll be left with equal to minus 42 x plus 2x squared. So if I subtract 441 from 225, I'm going to have a negative answer, right? Negative of 100 and what? I'm going to have a negative of, is it 1 or 216? Okay, I'm going to have minus 216 equal to minus 42x plus 2x squared. So let us make it look like quadratic equation that we know. That is, let us make it to look like the form of quadratic equation. So please first, please be very careful of the sign that is following. So we have plus 2x, that's why I'm having 2x squared. So plus 2x squared minus 42x minus 42x. So when I bring this to the other side, it becomes plus 216, right? So I can tell that is equals to 0. Okay, can I simplify it better? Okay, let me take it as, trying to simplify it, let me say 2x squared minus 42x plus 216, all through divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2 equals to 0. So I can make it simpler so that it becomes x squared minus 21x minus 21 plus 108. 108. So we eventually end up having a quadratic equation. So x squared minus 21x plus 108. So as usual, what do we use? Should we use, okay, let us use factorization to get it quickly. Factorization method. So by the side of our board, let us look for the factors of 108. Abi, factors of 108 are 1, we have 2, we have 3, Do we have 4? Yes, we have 4. Do we have 5? Do we have 5? No. Do we have 6? No. Do we have 7? Okay, we have 6, right? We have 6. 6 can divide 108 without remainder. Very good. Do we have 7? No. Do we have 8? No. Do we have 9? Yes. 9 can divide 108 without remainder. Very good. Do we have 10? No. Do we have 11? No. Do we have 12? Yes, we have 12. We have 12. Okay, do we have 13? No. So let me give you one clue. Once you get to somewhere like this, like 12 multiplied by 9, you know it's going to give you 108. So we have two factors beside each other. If they multiply each other to give me 108, then definitely others too will multiply something next. So it is like this, and this will multiply something next to get 108. So I can divide 108 by 6. So I will have 6 divided by 10, 1, remaining 48. 6 divided by 8, that is 18. So the next one will be 18. So 18. So 18 times 6 should give me 108. And what about 4? 4 in 108, I should have, okay, 2. Remainder 2, that is 7, that is 27. So 27 multiplied by 4 should give me 108, comma, 3. 3 divide it. If 3 divide 10, I will have 3 here. 1. 3 in 18 is 6, 36. So that's also a factor. So if I use 2 now, I'm going to have 5 and 4. That is another 50, that's 54. And lastly, 1, I will have 108. All these are factors of 108. Now, mind you, you might have a bigger number that the factors are many. Now you should know how to think better, think faster. So we are going to get to that when when we take the second example. I'm going to teach you how to think faster, but for the necessity of what to be done is why I'm showing you this. So now that I have this, now I'll think of two of these factors that when I multiply them together, I will have 108, and if I add them together, I will have minus 21x. I will have minus 21x. So if I check 12 multiplied by 9, I will have 21, and 12 multiplied by 1, I will have 108, and there is somehow I can add 12 and 9 to have 21. So definitely I think I've gotten my answer and it's looking good. So I'll need to deal with 12 and 9. Remember, like I said in the previous videos, that you should consider this 12 and 9 with whether positive or negative to have exact what we need. So I need minus 21, meaning that one must be minus, one must be plus. Minus 12 plus minus 9. So you know definitely minus times plus will still give me minus. So I will end up having minus 21. Very good. And if I have minus 12 multiplied by minus 9, minus 12 multiplied by minus 9, I will have plus. Minus will be plus, and 12 times 9 would be 108. So I will have 108 at this end. You get it now? So I can deal with minus 12 and minus 9 by factorization. So let me open my bracket. Remember the previous video. So I can distribute my bracket x. So I have minus 12 minus 9. So now that I have minus 12 minus 9, so I can tell that x is equal to 12, or x is equals to what? Or 9. So x is equals to 12 or 9. So any of these could be the value of x. So remember, from the length of the rectangle, so let me say recall that the length of the rectangle is 21 centimeter minus what? Minus x, right? So let's continue. So I can now tell that the length of that triangle is 21 centimeter minus 12, right? So if I decide to choose 12, I will have the length equals to 9 centimeter, right? But I take x to be 9, so I will have at the other hand, I will say length is equals to 21 centimeter minus 9, and I will have the length is equals to 12 centimeter. So either of the case, the dimension of the rectangle is that the length is 12 when the breadth is 9, or the breadth is 12 when the length is 9. So we all know that for rectangle, length is always longer than the breadth, isn't that? Length is always longer than the breadth for rectangle, right? So when we have it, we should be able to tell that the length is then 12 centimeter, while the breadth 12 centimeter. So while the breadth is equal to 9 centimeter. So I haven't gotten that x is 9 centimeter. I can take the breadth to be 10 centimeter. The question is asking to calculate for the breadth. So you can see how that question results to quadratic equation, and that we have to calculate the length of the breadth. I hope you understand this. If you need to go through again, you can start from the top and scroll down, pause the video, check very well, and understand it better. So let's take example number 2. Example number 2. Two numbers which differs by 3 have a product of 88, meaning that two numbers which differs by 3 have a product of 88, meaning that if I multiply x and y, the two numbers together, I will have 88. So that is x multiplied by y is equal to 88. So that is equation number 2. So looking at equation number 1, we have the two numbers having coefficient equals to 1. So definitely I can make any one of them the subject of the formula. Let's make y the subject of the formula. So from equation 1, I can tell that x minus 3 is equal to y. Is that correct? So I took y out and brought 3 in so that y can be made the subject of the formula. So y is equal to, so I can say that y is equal to x minus 3. Now let us go into the second equation and put in the value of y. So putting the value of y into equation 2. So equation 2 that says that x multiplied by y is equal to 88. So put the value of y, then I'll say x. Now y that's multiplied by y is x minus 3, close bracket, equals to 88. So I can open the bracket, x times x, I'll have x squared minus 3 times x, that is 3x, equals to 88. So I can make it look like quadratic equation, x squared. So already looking like quadratic equation, but with the form that we know, 3x minus 88, so equal to 0. So now that we have it, all we need to do is to look for the factors of 88, the factors of 88, the factors of 88. So the factors of 88 are 1, we have 2, very good, we have 4, yes. If we divide it, once you're dividing each of these with it, you will see that you're getting a particular number. Definitely 1 divided by 88 will give me 88 somewhere, so I can write the 2 together. So if I have 88, so 2 divided by 88 divided by 2, I will have 44. So 88 divided by 4, I will have 22. So can you see how you can have two factors at a time while getting to look for the factors of 88? So what number again can go? Should I say 8? Yes, 8. 88 divided by 8, I will have 11. So that means the next that will come here is 11, because 88 multiplied by 11 will definitely give me 88. So these all are the factors of what? Of 88. Now it's time to think. What number? What factors? Which of these factors that if I multiply 2 together, I'm going to have minus 88? So which of these two factors that if I multiply together, I will have minus 88? So if I look, multiply together, I have minus 88. So meaning that one of these factors must be positive, while the other must be negative for me to have minus 88. So let's go with 11 and 3. 11 and 8. So 11 and 8, would there anything around 11 and 8 that will give me 3? Very good, that's correct, 11 and 8. So I can do it 11 and 8. 8 and 11. So if I'm doing with 8 and 11, how do I put it that I have minus 88 if I multiply together? And if I add together, I will have minus 3. That means if I should have minus 3, bigger number must be started from smaller number. So I should have 8 minus 11. So if I have 8 minus 11, I will definitely have minus 3. That is if I'm adding it together, because if I have plus here, plus times minus will still leave me with minus. So 8 minus 11 will give me minus 3, and 8 multiplied by minus 11, that gives me minus 88. So I can work with 11 minus 11 and 8. So to factorize it out, I'll just open my brackets, then distribute x. Now I can put plus 8 abi, and then minus 11. So with that, I can tell that x is equal to minus 8 or 11. Minus 8 or 11. Minus 8 or 11. So these are the roots of the equation, minus 8 or 11. Minus 8 or 11. So now that I've gotten the value of x, I need the value of y. So let's throw up. Now remember that x minus y is equal to 3. X minus y is equal to 3. So let us bring that back. Recall that x minus y is equal to 3. So whatever the case of x we want to take, so let us check. Minus 8, let's take 8 minus 8 first. Minus 8 minus y is equal to 3. So we can tell that minus 8 minus y minus 3 is equal to y. So minus 11 is equal to y. So when x is equal to minus 8, y is equal to minus 11. So let's check when x is equal to 11. What do we have? So when x is equal to 11, we'll still take it by saying 11 minus y is equal to 3. So I can say that 11, when 3 comes in, becomes minus 3, and when minus y goes to the other side, becomes y. So y is made the solve of the formula. So I can say that 11 minus 3 is 8. So y is equal to y, so that I can tell that y is equal to 8. So when x is equal to 11, y is equal to 8. When x is equal to minus 8, y is equal to 11. So those are the two numbers that we are looking for. Is that correct? Do you get it well? Bye bye. See you in the next video.